Block Ram 313 back at it again. You know why? It's because this is Therapeutic Man. Back again with another video, another therapy session. The title of this video is Drizzy and Pusha T, the perils of simping. Now, I have to make mention of this topic, although it's not my usual topic. Here on my channel, I usually don't talk about celebrities or people in particular. However, I had to make mention of this topic because it would only make sense to do such, because I've used Drake as a symbol and an example of simping in many of my videos. He is just one of many examples of what happens when simping indeed goes wrong. Now, him and Pusha T are in a beef as of late. And Pusha T revealed that Drizzy had allegedly knocked up an adult film star. So Pusha T in his diss song called The Story of Adion states, and I quote Pusha T here, "Since you name dropped my fiance, let them know who you chose as your Beyonce. Sophie knows better. Ask your baby mother. Clean her up for IG. The stench is still on her. A baby's involved. It's deeper than rap. We're talking about character. Let me keep up with the facts. You're hiding a child. Let that boy come home. Deadbeat MF. Playing Border Patrol. Ooh. Adonis is your son, and he deserves more than an Adidas press run. That's real. Love that baby. Respect that girl. Forget she's a blank star. Let her be your world. Yuck." Now, that was a cold verse right there. But it says a lot about our symbol, our star, the star of simpery. Of course, we have Mr. Harvey. But Drake, not to really poke fun of him, but he is an example of how successful blue pillars will have their legacy diminished and their bank accounts emptied because of their blue pill way of thinking. And their blue pill way of thinking allows one to believe that the female for the blue pillar is of far greater intelligence than he. This also shows that the thoughts, the insta thoughts, they almost always win. This also shows how vulnerable, how naive, and how weak the blue pill world is. This also shows that the blue pillar is the engine that keeps the system going. Where would all of the insta thoughts be without the simp to crave them and to save them? Drake with his millions, he's going to have to pay some of those millions to a thotty for 18 years or better, to pay millions for what others have got for free or at a substantially lower cost than he. Damn. I can only imagine, man. I can only imagine if I had that type of bread, that type of cake. Imagine what it would be like if I was caked up like Drake. How I would play the game, how I would carry myself. I wish I could show all the boys in Hollywood and all the boys in the NBA, the NFL, and all of the industry how it's done if I had your bank account. Unfortunately, that's not so. But if any celebrity is listening to Black Ram, I'm offering you therapy sessions to get you out of that blue pill simp way of thinking. But we see celebrity after celebrity fall prey to their own ego and libido. It seems almost impossible for a blue pillar in that industry not to share his money with insta thoughts. These are blue pill created issues, which begs the question. In fact, my question to you all: who is the biggest problem Is it Uncle Sam, female nature, or the simp? Give me your feedback if you care to share. I'll give my opinion at another date. But imagine if one of these celebs were Ibmore, SYBM, or even Migto. And what if they were vocal about it? How much money would they save? How many minds would they change? But living in a blue pill world, having blue pill issues, and the idea behind this channel and many others is for us to maintain, frame, and not fall prey to such acts of simping, which is only going to come back at some point in time to bite you. Wifing up thotties, getting thotties pregnant, having to pay for a lifetime for the most part. Well, that's the life. By the way, in your opinion, who's the better lyricist? Pusha or Drake? Now I'm going to go with Pusha. If that's even a fair comparison, being that allegedly Drizzy does not write his own rhymes. And we know that Pusha has ghostwritten for many people. And with this beef, I don't even see personally how Drake can come back and diss Pusha in any way. I think that was the knockout punch right there. I mean, that's a lot of heat. In fact, I haven't heard such heat since Jay-Z talked about AI and AI's baby mama in a car seat, if you know what I mean. But these are the lessons that we can gather. These are the examples of what we talk about here in the red pill and the manosphere. We see examples every day. And again, since I use Drake as an example so much, I thought it was necessary for me to at least give my 2 cents on what's going on there. Again, I believe Pusha T is an excellent lyricist. I don't find many beefs entertaining, but I have to say, when the blue pill world is mocked and we see evidence of such mess that comes from the mind of the blue pillars, how thoughts always win over the blue pillars. And when I say that it's her time to shine, I'm not talking about us red pillars. But remember, most of the world is blue pill. We run at 98%. And red pillars, usually only on here, that you only see on YouTube, and there are a few naturals. We are probably even less than 1% of the total U.S. population, and maybe less than that of the whole global population. It is really a thing to come out of that programming and think on the level of a red pill, to come out of that bondage to blue pill thinking. And whether you're rich or poor, middle class, blue collar, white collar, we all as men have been programmed to simp. Even when it's obvious, even when it's clear that there is no benefit for wifing up a thought. There is no benefit for impregnating a thought. There is no benefit to simping. No benefit to being a stepdaddy. No benefit to have close associations with the modern day strumpet. So that's the video. Just a few quick thoughts. Like the video. Subscribe to this channel. Check me out on Patreon. A link to the Patreon account will be in the description box. There I will be putting videos that are too much for YouTube. So that's where I get to be more of myself. Most high willing, I plan to have a whole collection of videos and start a few different series on Patreon. So if you will, check it out, subscribe. And if you'd like to leave a donation, PayPal link in the description box. And until next time, stay well. And most of all, stay red pilled. Black Ram 313, sharing a few thoughts, man. And I'm out.